Stay on the lookout for that. Stop Beefing Radio TV on YouTube. It's your boy St. James.
All right, man. I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you better.
All right, what's good? What's good, man? My dog Samuel Lavon's in the building, man.
So,
What's good?
nothing much. I just been working.
I heard that, man. So for the people who don't know you, man, introduce yourself formally to the audience.
I'm Samuel Lavon. I am a rapper, singer, songwriter. Um, just been honing my craft for about 10 years now, and this is my third project that I am promoting now.
Dig it, dig it. So where you from, man?
Originally, I'm from Georgia. No, I'm not from Atlanta. um, no, I'm originally from Georgia, but I live in Austin, Texas right now, and I've been working with my producer, Chris Keys. I've been working with him pretty much ever since I moved out here to Austin.
Right.
And he worked with some big people, probably one of the best producers I've ever met, and we just been going hard since then.
Austin, Texas, man. So it's a lot going down in Austin, Texas right now, man.
A whole lot.
A whole lot, man. They shooting protesters and the whole nine, man. What's going on down there, man?
Man, you know, what's not going on when we're talking about what's happening in America, like.
Right.
But, you know, we just had somebody get killed for trying to protest, and it's a sad situation, but, you know, I will say Austin is doing its best to really get through these hard times and supporting the people and making sure that the people around here are safe. So I will say that,
right.
You know, we're probably one of the better cities dealing with this, you know.
Right. So give me some background on you, man. Like you said, you grew up in Georgia. Kind of what was your background growing up in Georgia? Were you in the church, or how did you first get into stuff like that?
So that's funny because I hated the church. I hated the choir. I didn't like singing those songs, but I will say one of the things that I did do growing up was when we could go out here and actually buy albums. I would literally read everything from front to back, like who produced what, who did the background vocals on a particular song. You know, I would read everything from top to bottom and just constantly listen to what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Where I didn't just listen to an album, I actually studied an album from what they did, from layering and I would even like go on the computer and try to, if I didn't know who they were, I would Google their names to try to figure out, okay, who is this producer? Who is this songwriter? Who is this? They, you know, because I wasn't so much interested. I'm not gonna say I wasn't interested in the artist, but I was interested in who helped make the artist who they were. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Who are some of the artists, speaking of, that you kind of grew up listening to?
So I had an eclectic array of music. Like I was listening to some of everybody. I was listening to Brandy. I think that's everybody's go-to when it comes to R&B music. But I was listening to Brandy and the Rodney Jerkins because she worked with a lot of Rodney Jerkins. Right. Timbaland and Aaliyah, Barry White, Isley Brothers. I was listening to even like NSYNC, Britney Spears, Tupac, Biggie, even some, you know, I was listening to like Sting. I was listening to a lot of stuff because my dad, he listened to a lot of different types of music. Even if I didn't like it, I
Right.
was still listening to what they were doing as far as like the Isley Brothers and Barry White and Otis Redding. And like I was just listening to the arrangements and how they captured whatever it is that they wanted in a certain word, in a certain verse, in a certain, even if it was just down to like taking a breath.
Right. What up, DJ King? Want to shout out some of my people popping in here. DJ Money Matt, what up? What up? So, like you said, very eclectic, from Sting to Tupac to Britney Spears. Well, that's a wide range, man.
Yeah.
What do you feel like that aided in helping you bring, your style to the music industry?
One of the things I've always paid attention to is that back when I was growing up, I noticed how every artist had a certain producer they worked with. Like it wasn't like they were only working with that producer, but you knew from reading all the credits that, like with Brandy, perhaps Rodney Jerkins was her go-to producer. Timbaland was Aaliyah's go-to producer. Janet Jackson had Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Uh, so I was looking at that as a way to guide myself in to say that what, I'm going to need a real producer to actually understand my voice, understand what it is that I'm trying to portray out of my music. And it took 10 years on that journey trying to
Right.
find the right producer, and that's how I met Chris Keys.
Okay.
And he's my go-to producer. Even if he didn't make the beat himself, I'll get the beat from whoever made it, but I'll record it. I will record it with him
Right.
because he understands my voice, my vision. It's not just making a song. It's about trying to capture a certain moment in time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And where is he from?
Funny thing is that he's from Alabama and I'm from Georgia, and we had to move all the way to Texas
To click
to
up.
meet each other. And he was like, I used to be in Atlanta all the time. And when I was living in Atlanta, although I'm not from Atlanta, but I had lived there for about probably 6 to 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
But he was there the whole time. And living in Atlanta, I was young. I was trying to find a producer, but it was very cliquish. I couldn't really break into those doors, and nobody really wanted to give me a chance. So
Right.
I left and moved over to Texas, and that's how we met.
That's what it do, man. That's what it do. Solid, man. So you got this single popping right now. You got a single popping. Let's talk a little bit about the single, man.
So the single is called "Remember That." Uh, it's the lead single off my album that's coming up September 4th,
Mm-hmm.
called the 10-Year Collage. So
Okay.
I basically, when I wrote "Remember That," I was literally in my car just riding down the street, and this one line kept going off in my head, and I just kept saying it and saying it and saying it. So I just recorded myself saying, I remember that time that you threw me away. I remember that time I couldn't be in your space. And then I just recorded it, sent it to Chris, and I told him, I said, I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but I need you to make a beat.
Right.
So that's pretty much how most of this album went, where I had like this one line in my head and I would send it to him and he would just create the music around that one line, and then we will come back, get together, and actually write the verses out and structure it out. So that's how that went down. And the song itself is really about being invisible, and people not recognizing you, or recognizing your talent, your pretty much your place in the world. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Where
Yeah.
you when you didn't have nothing, or you to them was a nobody, they looking at you like, like your opinion, your existence really don't matter. So then when they
Mm-hmm.
see you doing all this stuff and you finally found your place in the world, now they're coming to you asking you, well, how did you make that happen? How did you do this? How did you do that? And it's just like,
Right.
well, I remember that time that you threw me away.
Right. I remember that time. You don't believe. I remember that time. What's up with your East Side, Kazzy? We chilling. We chilling. Appreciate you tuning in. Um, so you said you rap, but you also sing. Talk a little
Yeah.
bit about that dynamic.
So singing is my first love. Um, I've been singing my whole life ever since I was a kid, even though I hated singing church songs growing up. But
Right.
in every black household, you gotta sing a church song,
For
even
sure.
if you didn't like it.
For sure.
But I was ever since I was a kid, like my mom even tell me, like from the time that she had me, the only thing that would make me quiet was playing music.
Mm-hmm.
Like once the music turned off, she said that I would start crying again. And I see somebody say Apple Music. Yeah, it's going to be on Apple Music. It'll all come out August 1st. So it'll be on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, everything that you can think of. But the singing really, I will say when I was younger, I didn't have the confidence that I have now where
Yeah.
coming from where I came from a small town. It was Statesboro, Georgia. You know, being a singer, a songwriter, a producer, that kind of stuff was just out of our realm. So if you were saying that that was what you wanted to do, you know, unfortunately, you would have people tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that, this is not, that's something you can't do. They would deny your talent before they even progress you to hone it more. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, for a while, I'll say probably for the first maybe 10 years of my life, I suppressed that part of me where, I didn't want to let nobody know what my dreams were because I didn't want nobody to tear it down before I even got started. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So it was
Right.
almost like a protection tactic where I was trying to make sure that, well, I don't want my mental state about it to mess up before I even get out here and take the negativity from other people who don't know me, and I'm already taking negativity from the people who do know me. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I will say the good thing that I did have was parents who kept believing in me and told me that I could do anything,
Mm-hmm.
and for me to keep pushing regardless of how long it may take, because growing up in a small town, you just don't have the resources that somebody living in a city does. You ain't running across people who doing music all the time,
Right.
or producing stuff all the time. Like, I think now we're just getting into a space where it's just more common. But back then, it just was not happening. You was like, you want to sing a song, where? If it ain't
Right.
the church, where else you go sing it at?
Right. 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 No, that's solid, man. So, um, like you said, you got the single get ready to come. You got a project coming behind that. So the single comes August 1st, and then the project, what's the name of that, and when is that dropping?
So the project is called the 10-year collage, and it drops September 4th. And I just want to make this, I keep trying to drive this home about the project. So I call it the 10-year collage because I think we as people, a lot of times we try to put people in a certain category.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not just a singer. I'm not just a rapper. I'm not just a songwriter. I'm not just a man. I'm a brother. I'm a mentor. I'm all these things to somebody, but I'm not just only those things to those people. You get what I'm saying? So within the music, what you'll hear is that no song, for the most part, ends the way that it started. So
Okay.
you'll hear like little transitions. So basically just trying to give the idea that this is a collage of stuff. Not that it's not organized, but
Right.
you know, some people experience good things about us. Some people experience bad things about us. Some people experience uh, some mediocre things about us. But it doesn't mean that that's all we are. You get what I'm saying?
Right. There's some abstract to it.
Yeah, yeah. So I wanted to expound on that because going doing music and I'm a big guy. I'm not a Chris Brown. I'm not a Trey Songz. So when you going into something like this, people are already putting you in a box before they even hear what you got to say, hear what you are trying to portray, and I wanted to talk about that within the album where I'm talking about invisibility, being invisible to the world, uh, not being heard, um, being uh, even being single for so long that you don't even know how to love anybody because you've been single for so long. And that's one of the in my song Teach Me, Show Me, I talk about that because I think sometimes people get older and they think because they're older, they're stuck in their ways and they can't learn how to love anybody or learn or teach anybody how to love simply because they feel like, well, I'm this old, either you're going to accept me or not. But
Right.
but it's more so about the whole album really is really about invisibility and being oppressed in a way that a lot of times we don't talk about, and especially as men that we don't talk about. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And so I want you to tell them the single name again because I don't want them to get lost. I want them
Oh
to
no, no,
stay with
okay.
us. Tell them the
So
single name again.
the single's name is Member Dat. So MEMBA member, and then Dat DAT Dat.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't want them. I don't want them to get sidetracked.
Don't y'all get sidetracked. It's Member
Stay
Dat. Member
focused.
Dat.
Remember that. Remember
Remember
that.
that.
Stay
Stay
focused. So
have television right now.
that's right. So what are some of the things that you like to do outside of music? Who is Samuel Lavon outside of music?
Dude, to be honest, that's really my life.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, if I had to, I hang out with friends. I do my best to support my black brothers and sisters, and um, really, if it ain't got nothing to do with music, I'm hustling somewhere else,
Right.
trying to make that happen.
Right. Focus. Focus.
Yeah, so that's really my goal. Like it, I think at this moment in my life, everything that I do, I live, I sleep, breathe music. Is
Right.
it's within me. I don't know how to not do it. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So what would you tell the people that you bring to the game? Some people that may have never heard your music or are just getting into you. What do you want, what do you want them to take away from your music and what do you bring unique to the game?
I think one of the things that I want them to take away is the message of sometimes being invisible doesn't mean being useless.
Hmm.
Because I think a lot of times we get ourselves wrapped up in not being heard and not being seen by
Hmm.
certain people. Doesn't mean that somebody's not listening to you. Doesn't mean that you're not helping somebody. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because
Right.
we live in an age where it's all about views, it's all about numbers, it's all about uh, who's doing what. And if you're not doing that, then you're not the hottest or whatever.
Hmm.
And one of the things I do when I'm making albums, I don't listen to new artists. It's not to say that I don't have new artists that I like.
Hmm.
It's more so about I don't want to get my brain and my mind clouded about what this artist over here is doing, what that artist over there is doing. Because if I'm listening to them, then who am I as an artist?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
What is your uniqueness?
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one of the messages that I want people to take away is that it's not about what everybody else say you are. It's about how do you define yourself as you are.
Right. Now I want to play the single. They sent me the pack, but I had to request access to it, so I'm not able to get to it. Um, so is there any way that you can send me that real quick? We definitely want to get a sample
Yeah,
of it and get
yeah.
an audience
Let
a
me.
sample before we get them out of here.
Well, let me go. Let me get my laptop, and I can send it real quick.
Go ahead.
Give me 1 second.
Take your time. I'm gonna talk to the people, man. Look, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Every Wednesday, you know we're gonna have somebody fly fresh from somewhere else in the world. We've had, Jacksonville, Florida on the check-in. We've had Cincinnati, Ohio on the check-in. Now we got Austin, Texas on the check-in. So definitely appreciate y'all tuning in to
All
my
right, hold
boy.
on.
This is a new artist right here, independent, doing his thing, songwriter, rapper, singer, very versatile. So, I definitely want to make sure we play his record so that y'all can get a taste of what he's bringing to the game and what that looks like. So, um, I'm gonna give you my email here.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me get to. Okay,
It's ST
I
period.
think I see the email that it says open. Let me change the settings for you.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't able to get to it.
Oh, okay. I got your email address right here. Saint
James
James.
17
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely want to make sure we play the record for you and get the fans a taste. And then, like I said, this entire interview will be on YouTube. Stop Beefing Radio TV on YouTube. Make sure you check that out. It's got a lot of content on there. Check out Greedy World TV on YouTube. That's Greedy World TV on YouTube. We got a lot of talent and upcoming on that platform as well. That's an upcoming YouTube platform for y'all to check out. It's going to be a lot of videos, things of that nature. So, stay tuned with your boy, man. Stay locked in. You know what I mean? Shout out to Money Matt. Shout out to Tommy Brooks for introducing us to the artist. Just want to say that. And then let me know when you get that song sent over because I'm going to get that in rotation now.
All right. So I just sent it. It's in a WAV file.
A WAV file? Uh-oh.
Yeah. Do you need it? Do you need me to change it?
MP3 is preferable. We'll see. I think my computer should play a WAV file. It should be fine. It just popped in right there. I got it. It should play a WAV file. It's downloading right now.
Okay.
Before we let him hear the record, is there anybody that you want to shout out? Anybody you want to give props to? Shout out to D Golders in the building.
Yeah, I wrote them down.
Ah,
So I wrote down. I'm prepared. Like I'm a pre-planner.
I got you, man. I got you. Go ahead and get him
So
shouts out there.
I want to shout out my producer, of course, Chris Keys. You can follow him on Instagram at Chris Keys 2.0, and that's KRISKEYZ 2.0. I'm telling you, he is one of the best producers, hands down. He is, he's very humble. You get what I'm saying? Like he is not one of those people that he don't care about numbers. He care about your dedication and your passion. That's all he care about.
Right.
Uh, I want to shout out Cedric Bacon Photography at Cedric Bacon Photography. He's actually from my hometown, which is Statesboro, Georgia. I
Yeah.
actually flew him out to Austin, Texas. This is how serious I am. I need
Right.
people to understand. I
Right.
flew him out here to Austin, Texas, paid for his hotel, paid for his stay here, his flight, and also paid for him to do my photos. And
Okay.
this is how serious I am about supporting us as a
Right.
people.
Right.
So the reason why I did that was because one of the things that I'm trying to do is elevate us as a people in the
Mm-hmm.
sense of a lot of times people think because if you have black people doing something together that it's not gonna work, or you can't do it correctly, or you can't do it right.
Right.
And everybody is on their game. Everybody that I'm working with is on their, they about their business.
That's what's up.
And then I also want to shout out Nick Hunt for Can't Stop Media. He is my video guy. He did the music video for Remember That. He also he's basically doing all my videos.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, look, if you're working with me, trust you ain't gonna have nothing to worry about. But if you bring me some trash, we ain't
Then
gonna be
I'm gonna let you
working
know.
no
Yeah.
more. You ain't getting a pass now.
Right. I'm gonna let you know. Let you know. So most certainly, man. Most certainly. Most certainly. Anybody else, man?
My mama, my daddy,
Yes, sir.
my mama Peggy, my dad Samuel. I'm a junior. Uh, my sister Andrea. Um, I you know I just look at the fact that a lot of people don't understand. I've been through a lot of ups and downs in this music industry,
Right.
where you know, going to therapy and trying to get my life on track, trying to get myself out of the mindset of it's never going to happen, because doing this can break you down,
Right.
and I think a lot of people don't understand that it is not just about getting your name out there. It's also about keeping your sanity in the midst of it all, because if you don't have, and my therapist is black, so I want everybody to understand that, like, I am not just talking.
Right.
Like I am an advocate, especially for black men and black women to receive therapy, because as much as we want to pray, we also got to put some action behind that prayer
For sure.
and get out here and go to therapy. So yes, I'm all those people I just shouted out. Those are my go-to people. I got a very small circle. I don't care about fame. What I care about is getting my message out there. I just understand fame is a part of the process, not
Right.
a part of who I am.
Shout out to my dog DJ Explosive. I see him out there. 216 Explosive. We's on the road together, man. You know what I mean? That's a good brother right there. Definitely want to shout him out and see Tommy as well on there. Shout out to Tommy. So I'm gonna play this record, man. Remember that? We're gonna let the people get a load of this thing, and then I'm gonna come back and we'll get a shout outs and let people know how they can get a hold of you, and we take them out of here.
All right, man.
All right, check it out. This is Remember That. I remember that time that you threw me away. I remember that time I couldn't be in your space. I remember that time that you was out of line. I remember that time, so I'm going for mine. I remember that time that you threw me away. I remember that time I couldn't be in your space. I remember that time that you was out of line. I remember that time, so I'm going for mine. I was a shy boy, had no voice. I was quiet when y'all was making a lot of noise. I was invisible, I ain't have no choice. You ain't see me then, now you couldn't see your boy. Cause you see me pull up. Shout out Stack Money Bag, shout out Orange Beanie. What up? Shout out Stiff C, my dog checking in. What's good with you? If you feeling the song, put some hearts up there, put some smiley faces. Let us know. Keep the same energy. Don't be getting close to me. You want trial, and I'm the judge. Shh. You niggas need to hush. Nah, I ain't got no grudge. I'm just letting you know what's up. I just remember that. I just remember that. When you tried to play me to the back. I just remember that. I just remember that. Now
Shout out to Viva Glam B. She is like one of my biggest supporters out here.
shout out Viva. Well, that's what's up. Shout out Viva. I just remember that. I just remember that. Now, motherfucker, I ain't never gonna forget. I remember that time that you threw me away. I remember that time I couldn't be in your space. I remember that time that you was out of line. I remember that time, so I'm going for mine. I remember that time that you threw me away. I remember that time I couldn't be in your space. I remember that time that you was out of line. I remember that time, so I'm going for mine.
I ain't acting brand new, just being true to all the shit that you said that I couldn't do. Now you're looking at me like I'm a fool. I would for fucking with you. Be like Martin and run tell that. And when you do, make sure you give them fast. Make sure you don't leave nothing out. Make sure you know what you're talking about. Tell them that I'm doing it and doing it while you other motherfuckers trying to figure it out. I know that you wanna slow me down, but wait, how? I'm the homie, you the clown. And you can't fuck with me now. I said, get to the bag, cause you know, homie don't play that.
Homie, don't play that. Gotta be my age to remember that.
They'll Google it.
I just remember that. No, motherfucker, I ain't never gonna forget. I just remember that. I just remember that. When you tried to play me to the back. I just remember that. I just remember that. No, motherfucker, I ain't never gonna forget. I remember that time that you threw me away. I remember that time I couldn't be in your space. I remember that time that you was out of line. I remember that time, so I'm going for mine. I remember that time that you threw me away. I remember that time I couldn't be in your space. I remember that time that you was out of line. I remember that time, so I'm going for mine.
Still see, I ain't gonna never forget this song.
Well, it come out August 1st.
People that I consider friends walked away from me in my darkest moments. Lost family members who didn't see me as good enough. People that I thought actually cared about me. Damn, lost a lot.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So my man Samuel Lavon, Austin, Texas, right here in the building.
Appreciate it.
That was this single. Remember that? We appreciate you, man, for stopping through and rapping, you know what I mean, chopping it up with us, giving us some background on yourself. Like I said, this whole interview will be on Stop Beefing Radio TV on YouTube, so make sure you check that out. And before we take them out of here, man, tell the people how they can get in touch with you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Samuel Lavon, Twitter at Samuel Lavon, Facebook, follow me there at Samuel Lavon online. And you can also go to my website, which is samuellavonmusic.online. Pretty much, if you type in Samuel Lavon, you're going to find me.
Dig it. Well, like I said, man, appreciate you for checking in. Thank you for bringing the dope record, man. And we definitely, you know, when you up this way, you're always welcome to stop through, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Hey, do you know the Isaac Sisters? You ever heard of Isaac Sisters?
The Isaac Sisters? No. I need to look them up.
Look them up, man. Dope group from down that way, man. Dope group. So
okay. I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, they crazy, man. So again, like I said, man, it's your boy St. James. Whenever you're in town, hit us up. You can definitely stop through. But we appreciate the love and bringing us the record, man. And we look forward to seeing what's next for you, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Already. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.